And this is the amino acid lysine, these green triangles here, and they fit precisely into those openings of those Pac-Man here, and they literally plug the mouth of those collagen digesting enzymes. Vitamin C, as we know from scurvy, produces collagen. So the combination of these two has a synergistic effect. One is strengthening, building up the collagen, vitamin C, and the other one is preventing the destruction of collagen, which is lysine. So here we have two key elements that help to promote a process we call encapsulation of cancer process. Now, if I've asked you the question in the beginning, why is it that the reproductive system is so frequently affected by cancer? The answer is very simple. But before I give it to you, I want to ask you a few questions. Imagine the female cycle, hormonal cycle, monthly cycle. In the middle of this cycle, around the 15th day, there is a peak of estrogen. What happens? What does that do? Well, it does something fascinating. It stimulates, let me explain this briefly. This is the ovary here. This is the ovarian tube. This is the uterus. And here under this magnifying glass, we look at a mature cell, egg cell in the ovary. Now, once every month, in the middle of the cycle, one cell, the most mature egg cell, wanders from one organ, the ovary, into the other. The ovary duct here, without us regulating that knowingly. How can that be? How can one cell wander in our body without causing bleeding at that side, at least here, without us being worried about that? What do you think? Well, the answer is strikingly simple. They use collagen digesting enzymes, but only for a very limited time, only as long as this estrogen peaks. So it's a very timed process. Immediately when estrogen goes down, the stimulus is gone and the production of this collagen digesting enzyme ceases. And the wall of this ovary heals within minutes. And a month later, the same process takes place again. So, what happens if the timing gets lost? What happens if the switch can no longer be switched off? Then we have ovarian cancer. Because we do have cells here and in the other reproductive sites that have this innate ability to produce those collagen digesting enzymes. If they go awry, if they become cancerogenic, if their nucleus program, the software of this nucleus is out of control, it has the command of produce me collagen digesting enzymes unlimited, unrestricted. That's the precondition for cancer. And now we understand why ovarian cancer is particularly frequent. The same processes are being used if tissue, organs have to be restructured. For example, the uterus, monthly bleeding. It's a tremendous architectural restructuring of tissue. Now that happens according to a precise plan. But this plan involves the destruction of tissue, and destruction of tissue is being done by what? Collagen digesting enzymes. Lactation. After a child is born, the breast of the mother is being restructured by a software program in the cells of the breast. Milk canals are being constructed. The old structure is being remodeled. How can that happen? If not through collagen digesting enzymes. Does it ring a bell? Those organs that already under physiological conditions have the ability to use those collagen digesting enzymes are the first organs where things can go wrong. And suddenly we understand why these organs are particularly prone to developing cancer. This is my handwriting, the first time that I wrote down, if this all is right, then one day cancer may no longer be a death verdict. Maybe it will not be a common disease anymore in future generations. Believe me, this was a moment that I will not forget. After all those years that I had been trained, cancer is a death verdict. You doubt yourself. You ask yourself, small, little you, why should it be you who finds this? Why not others? We are not only presenting this information here to a lay audience primarily, but also publish our results in leading scientific journals, peer-reviewed journals, international conferences, etc. If you want to review all the publications, we have them complete, not only just the titles or abstracts, we have them complete, documented on our websites. So there's no guessing what we are and what we are doing. You can print them out, you can take them to your doctor, you can take them as the foundation for discussions among friends, colleagues, whatever you want to do with it. Now, when it was clear that it was not just a concept, that was in about 2002. Remember, 1992 was the discovery, first publication. Then we didn't know how to finance the research, how to prove it. By 1999, we had the money together to build our own research institute, to finance our own research institute, I should say. And it took us about 2.5 years, to be sure that this is right. And when we knew that the micronutrients we were testing could actually block cancer cells from spreading, there was no holding back. I said to Dr. Nitzwicki, the research head of our institute and a longtime friend, I said, we gotta tell it to the world. So we took out a full-page advertisement in USA Today. I mentioned it before. On March 8, 2002. This is a copy of that. And we published the facts we found not in a medical journal first or a scientific journal first. That came later. We went directly to the people. We said, everyone needs to know this. Well, these guys, they didn't like us for that. They put us through their legal department and they said, another. But we could prove everything. So after 3 days of going back and forth, they printed it. And point number 5 is our research proves that vitamin C, lysine, proline, and specific extracts from green tea can inhibit the spread of cancer cells.